Hello and welcome everyone to another NASCAR Racing 2003 live stream. How is everyone doing today? Thank you very much for joining in. Right off the bat, if you guys could please hit the like button and subscribe, I would really appreciate it. And I believe everything was all set up. My laptop actually isn't being screwy for once. As you can tell by the title of today's video, I'm going to be attempting to recreate Elliott Sadler's 2003 Talladega flip. Part 2, my second attempt at this. Without further ado, let's go right in. You guys have seen this replay. You guys have seen it probably every single crash comp that has ever existed. So I took the 2003 TRG cars and I sorted out which ones using the replays and racingreference.info to see which ones were in that pack at the time of that accident. Because I accidentally deleted my first roster, that's why it's taken so long to do a part 2. But we're back at it. Nope, we don't need that. We need a sunny practice session with realistic weather on. Matt Crafton Flip Part 2. I probably will do that soon since I just recently discovered that there is a newer Camping World Truck Series mod that has cup physics, so I probably will do that. Matt Crafton Flip Part 2. Alright, so as you can tell, I have the settings similar to what we had last time, except I turned the wind speed and the temperature up a bit more. We need to go flying through the air a bit faster, and I need to... Alright, cool. If you remember by the replay, Dale Jr. and Waltrip were leading, or were at least in the front, and then Elliott Sadler comes across the nose of the 97 of Sadler, or not Sadler, for Busch. So that's who I'm going to try to spin off of right here, this 97 car right behind me. Since we have the track temperature down, I gotta be sure not to accelerate too quickly and spin out, because the track is gonna be very slick. I have the temperature so low, so I can get airborne easier, we can get up to speed quicker. And yeah, basically, those are the main two reasons. Alright, come on, Kurt Busch, catch back up. I'm going to slowly drift into him so I don't go towards that inside wall too much. Yes, I know we're going a little bit faster than we should be, but... blowover was good, I just needed to get back onto the banking and tumble. I remember part 1, I kept having an issue where I was hitting the, I kept going too far to the inside of the track and hitting the inside wall. So that's why I just tried to slowly drift into Kurt Busch. But I still hit that inside wall. I'm trying to figure out how I can avoid that. And if you watch the replay closely of the actual wreck, he gets spun. I could have done it a little bit sooner, but he is getting airborne and hitting the grass right around here. He's getting airborne about this spot and then lands on this road before coming back up the banking. I'm just wondering how I'm gonna do that. Unless I adjust the wind speed so I can have the wind like pushing me back towards the track, I have no idea. But every time I try spinning towards the infield, I end up just hitting that inside wall and going too far towards the infield. I need, when I get airborne, like, to just stop my momentum towards the inside of the track and just keep me going forward. Like that happened to Sadler. But I haven't gotten that luck yet. Maybe I should do N ratings, but Oh, I could only do for the finish, not for the time of the wreck, although they... I don't know. I'll have to look into N ratings for certain reenactments. I've used it a few times. I just don't know how accurate it is. That's what I was worried about, with the track being really slick. Gosh darn it. All that for nothing.
Drivers, start your engines.
Maybe? Actually, should I try turning traction control on? Because maybe that'll help when I get spun. That'll kind of slow the momentum of the spin towards the inside of the track. And also help me not spin out. I don't know, we're gonna experiment. Gonna try turning traction control on just for a few attempts. Because I want to see, in addition to helping me not spin out, getting up to speed if it helps slow my momentum towards that inside wall when I get spun out. Yeah, that big storm's hitting Texas right about now. I did hear about that. Hope everyone's hunkered down and stays safe down there. As much as we have to worry about tornadoes and really bad storms and floods and other crap up here, never had to experience a hurricane or an earthquake. Those are the two natural disasters Wisconsin doesn't really see. And landslides, since everything's fairly flat. Oh. I need to start further to the front next time. I'm all the way in the back. Or we can just go a lap. And I'll just try to catch back up and do it on lap 2. We will be at a faster speed then. And maybe more bunched up together. I did turn the... obviously the AI difficulty way down. But I turned... no... very good. Turn the drafting and the bunching distance down, so we should try to get as big of a pack formed as possible. But that dumb maneuver on my part right there kind of just broke up the pack a little bit. We're still going to try to get up front. Yes, I know we're going way faster than they go in real life. That's the track temperature. It's all about trying to get as airborne as possible. Whoa. So it doesn't make the car really loose. Alright, we're not really in the right spot in the pack, so this is going to be mainly just a practice run. Ouch. Yeah, that was a little more violent than Elliott's wreck in certain aspects. Yeah, look how spread out the pack was by that point. That was no good. Jeez. I couldn't tell if I was just at a bad spot alongside of Kurt Busch or whoever spun me that time. I can't remember. No, it was Jeff Burton or Robbie Gordon. Who's ever in the 31. Can't tell if it was because I had a bad angle on him or because it was the traction control on, but that sent me a little quicker towards that inside wall than I was hoping for, but I'll try again. And I'll try not to... I'll start up front a little bit more, and I'll not go super slow on the start and have the entire field pass me this time. Shoot, I think the chat might be frozen. I think it is, actually. There we go. Unless someone said something I noticed before you guys did. I need to turn up the pace lap speed to make these pace laps quicker. I can do that in future reenactment videos to make each attempt slightly quicker, so we can fit more attempts per video. Oh, you bastards! And of course, Waltrip was upside down. Why wouldn't he be? And Sadler's on his side. That was stupid. That was a mix of the traction control being on and my throttle being really shitty that slowed me down. But regardless of how what caused it, that happened. That was the end result. Ugh. 2 failed attempts in a row.
Drivers, start your engines.
Also helps when the steering wheel starts out the correct way. I hate the sweatshirt because when you zip up, there's always a little thing that sticks out right there. Looks like I got the alien thing from the movie Alien coming out of my chest. The way certain hoodies zip up, there's always a bunch up in the zipper spot. I don't know why, but I kept noticing that looking down. Let's try not to get spun out in the entire field this time. My stupid throttle. I need to rip my my pedals apart and vacuum the shit out of it with like a... Or I need to get one of those like pressure air nozzles. Not just a... As powerful as my vacuum is, our hose attachments couldn't get in quite all of the nooks and crannies. There we go. Wasn't quite in position that time. Kurt Busch was too far alongside of me. That was my fault. The pack looks good. Bunch of 3 wide, a little 4 wide in some spots. I was just a little too late and wasn't in good position that time.
Drivers, start your engines.
I really want a stationary racing chair soon, not this damn swiveling office chair. Luckily I took the wheels off and I have it like locked into my carpet so it doesn't move. It just swivels, which is annoying. Waltrip's way back there, so I'm probably going to have to switch his paint scheme with Mark Martin. As you remember, it was Waltrip and Jr. leading at the time of the wreck. Should we go on board for one attempt? We haven't yet. The classic Cup mod cockpit look. Actually, no. I need to know exactly where all the other cars are. I'm getting a huge head start, so... Because I'm really slow to get up to speed because of traction control being on. How the hell is the field just flying past me like that? Now we're gonna try in the next lap, I guess. Oh, Robbie Gordon. We're going to try not to break the pack up this time. Although I saw a couple cars in the wall back there. God darn it. We're going about 10-ish miles an hour faster than we should be. It's because of the track temperature being turned way down. Alright, come on. Let's get a good pack bunched up here going on the backstretch. Nope. They're all single file behind us. This ain't gonna work. This ain't gonna work. Oh. At least we got Sadler to flip. Oh. That was close. That's not even worth a replay. We are going to try not to mess up the attempt on the first lap this time. That's what keeps screwing me up. I was hoping the pack would stay together enough so we could give it a go on the second lap, but unfortunately, one of the side effects of turning the track temperature way down, you get up to speed really quick, it's way easier to get airborne, you go faster top speed, but it, yeah, basically replicates turning the restrictor plates off without actually turning the restrictor plates off in the chassis type in the I&I. Yeah, it has a similar effect where it just spreads the cars out as opposed to them staying together in a pack. And I need them to stay together in a pack because that pack was really clumped together at the time of the wreck. Oh damn, I just realized I forgot to update the description for this video. I usually try to do that for my live streams. I'll be sure to do that shortly after I'm done with the links of the car set and the track, although it's just the two. I'm using nothing that doesn't come with the game except for the TRG03 cars, except I made my own car set just piecing them together with the replay and racingreference.info. Alright, I can't be in first. I need to let one of these cars get in front of me. There we go. Have Kurt Busch down on the line right there. Looks good. So far, so good. Come on. Nope. Nope. Well, I didn't think Sadler's wreck could have been more violent than it was, but that attempt just proved me wrong. And then Stewart didn't help. Once again, I think there's some mischief going on. The cars were way too spread out that time. Well, that wasn't very good, now was it?
Drivers, start your engines.
Tony Stewart was a innocent bystander in that. He was just trying to get through. I'm actually going to try to get a little bit of a running start to get up to speed along with at the same time as the pack, because they have much better acceleration than I do, mixed with between the traction control being on, slowing me down, and the temperature being down to speed them up. They threw the green later than I thought they were going to. So far, so good. Ouch. That was a hard wreck. He just went like driver's roof side first into that concrete wall. Good thing it's just a game. The pack looks good there. That was an interesting wreck. Robbie Gordon was there and kind of messed up the spin. Still need to get a new mouse. Is the chat frozen again? I will save it. Voila. There we go.
Drivers, start your engines.
That was a hard wreck. Need to get upside down this time. If anyone has any suggestions of how I can get airborne without continuing my momentum and hitting that inside wall every single time, I'm trying to like turn down slowly. Not even turn down, just drift into the car. That's on the inside of the track. Or on the inside line. So someone let me know if they have any suggestions of how I can kind of stop that momentum into the inside wall once I get airborne. Jesus. Sorry, I apologize. I'm getting sick. My throat's been a little congested the last few days. I'm gonna try to get another like running start so I can kind of be up to speed with the rest of the pack. Felt them flying past me. There we go, I'll take it. Look at Kurt Busch just making a move on the inside line underneath the yellow line. Nope. I mean, it was a step in the right direction, but still hit that inside wall. And I flipped way too many times. Too soon. I almost went over the wall. Next.
Drivers, start your engines.
Ouch. Damn. That was a hard one. That's what she said. I need to, once I get airborne, my momentum towards the inside wall needs to stop. I need to kind of do a little twisty blowover through the air, land on my roof, slide a little bit through the grass, and then once I hit the banking, do a few tumbles. I can't really tumble before that. I need to slide on my roof just for a little bit first. Steer your wheel after you go airborne. Alright, which way? Spin it the way I'm spinning, or turn it the way I'm spinning, or the opposite way? So if I'm spinning left, do I crank it to the right to get the desired effect, or to the left? I'll try the right. So Robbie Gordon's going to take the place of Kurt Busch, being the one that spins me. Alright, that actually worked, but that like sent me back my wheels. Best save ever? Question mark. Didn't really hit anything, didn't land on anything but wheels, and still feels perfectly drivable. Is the chat seriously frozen again? I'll unfreeze it in a second. But yeah, that actually worked. Turning the wheel to the right, although I didn't go all the way up and over, it stopped my momentum going towards the inside wall. Yeah, is that quite possibly the best save ever? Pretty soft landing, all things considered. I'm unfreezing the chat. Just waiting for my mouse to cooperate. Jesus Christ. This mouse is like literally 15 years old that I'm using. Alright, so try that again. That wasn't bad. I just need to get upside down next time. I'll crank it to the right, and then once I stop, I'll crank it back to the left. I'll actually try. Because cranking the wheel to the right after I got airborne seemed to stop my momentum to the inside wall, but at the same time it feel like that's what set me back down on my wheels. So, now that we know what I need to do to help stop my momentum towards the inside wall, now we can try to get the proper flip, or I should say blow over, and then subsequent flip. Come on. There we go. I have a pretty clumped up pack behind me, so that looks good. Once again, it looks like Robbie Gordon's just going to take the place of the 97, since he's in the right spot. Shoot, he got a little too alongside of me right there. Another best save ever. You know what, this is getting annoying. Alright, we need to do one backwards one. We're already a half an hour into the stream. One backwards wreck, and back to the serious ones.
Here comes the leader.
Not too shabby. I'll have to watch the replay to officially assess the damage. Pretty good. Alright. Next, serious attempt.
Drivers, start your engines.
That time, that attempt was busted because I let the car I needed to spin me get a little too far alongside of me, so I couldn't get a proper spin going. More or less got just hooked together, so I couldn't spin around fast enough to get all the way upside down. I might go an extra half an hour this stream, depending on how I'm feeling. Depending, not guaranteeing anything. Oh, that was a trick shot.
You alright?
Darn it. Still no luck. Still went a little too far to the inside wall. Obviously, since I got up on top of it. Next.
Drivers, start.
Who was that driver in like the late or early 2010s that hopped the wall at Pocono in that ARCA race, like on the first lap? If only I was able to figure out how to install Sandbox and get that working correctly on my computer, maybe I could make a ramp in that spot in Pocono and try to do that as a reenactment, but I don't think I could get that unless I modified the version of Pocono to have a little ramp by the wall there. What's the fastest a car has ever gone in NASCAR? Technically, Bill Elliott has the fastest ever qualifying lap at 212 miles an hour at Talladega, I believe 87. A couple days later is when Bobby Allison had his infamous wreck. I'm sure there's a few that's gone faster in testing, but that's the fastest official qualifying time or time in a race ever recorded. It's 2:12. Nope. Darn it. Still hit that inside wall. The lead up was like perfect. If you just swapped Mark Martin and Michael Waltrip's paint scheme, like the pack look. Oh, I didn't even see that there was a wreck afterwards. I saw someone up in the catch fence. I did not even see that. Oh, yep. Kurt Busch got hooked by Robbie Gordon when trying to come back up. Who got upside down? I think it was that Jerry Nadeau or Casey Mears in the 25? Oh, two cars. Damn. Two cars in the fence. Who was in the 25? Or Joe Nemechek, I'm wrong. Twice. Yeah, I didn't even see that. 3 rollovers. Elliott Sadler's had some of the worst wrecks in NASCAR. True. I'd say it's a tie between him and Danica. Danica's had some really hard hits, and most of them weren't her fault. There's that 2012 Daytona wreck where she slammed that inside wall after she got bumped by Allmendinger, who was out of control from someone else hitting him. Her, that Talladega wreck where Kenseth flipped over, no one even realized how hard she hit, but her hit that she took during Kenseth's flip was as hard, if not probably worse, than Eric McClure's crash in the same spot a couple of years earlier. It looked exactly the same. Her Kansas wreck this year where she had her little bitch fit in the interview afterwards, but that was still, she was still a complete innocent victim from that, so I don't blame her for being pissed. She could have waited to make sure Eric Amarillo wasn't dead to go on ranting how she was the unlucky one, but I still get her frustration. Auto Club in the Nationwide Series when she got turned on the back straight. Auto Club in the Sprint Cup Series when she got turned on the front straight by Casey Kane. Yeah, she's had a lot of bad wrecks, most of which weren't her fault, except Kansas when she tried to take out Landon Castle. That was all her. As we're going 215, trying to get back to the front to salvage a decent attempt, but I don't think we're going to be able to make one work. The pack looks too spread out again. And yeah, that's the main issue. And we're just going too fast. Ouch. That one wasn't good. How high did I go in the air after I hit that wall? We'll find out here. Pretty damn high. Then landed right on my roof after like a 20-foot drop. Hope the roll cage was built good. Next.
Drivers, start your engines.
Yeah, Michael McDowell's had two bad wrecks I can think of. That Watkins Glen one, and then obviously the Texas wreck. What other bad wrecks has McDowell had? I can't think of any off the top of my head. I need to get a good running start this time so I don't mess up the first lap. Perfect. Almost. Ooh, that was close. Sorry, Martin. Alright, Robbie Gordon's going to take the place of Kurt Busch. Almost. Need another wrong way wreck. We're overdue. That was possibly the closest I've ever come to flipping without actually flipping. Hello, Junior. We're about to take a tumble. Oh wait, no. You just missed the grass at the right spot.
On the back straight. The leader's pitting now.
Oh. I turned both Harvick and Kurt Busch into fidget spinners there. Next.
Drivers, start your engines.
Newman's had some bad wrecks at restrictor plates. Yeah. That is true. 2003 Daytona and Talladega. 2009 Talladega. 2013 Talladega where he had Kurt Busch on top of him. 2009 Talladega where he had Carl Edwards on top of him. So yeah, I guess it's 5 right there. Where he's either been airborne on his side or had a car on top of his. Not counting any other hard wrecks where he might have hit the wall hard that I can't think of off the top of my head. Alright, did the chat freeze? Why does it do this? At least I learned how to unfreeze it quickly. Just click the window, F5, screen goes white for a second, and it's restored. I don't need the AI to be in any particular order, because this wreck is hard enough. I can always just switch around a few AI paint schemes later on if I want to be super detailed about it. But for now, I'm going to try to spin just a tad later than Sadler did in real life, so I can avoid that inside wall. So instead right there, go like right here. Nope, still hit the inside wall. Ow. You realize with that landing from going 20 feet into the air down and slamming wheels first, basically completely flush to land? Yeah, that landing, that his entire body basically would have gone through the steering wheel even with the Hans device. Ouch.
Drivers, start your engines.
There's no crumple zones underneath the car. Excuse me. Landings like that always remind me, do you remember the 94 Mark Thompson ARCA flip at Daytona? on the backstretch. Yes, I'm like a NASCAR slash ARCA rollover encyclopedia. But when he landed, how he basically landed completely flush after flipping super quick and just came to a complete stop. It always reminds me of that wreck when I see accidents like that happen in this game. Darn it. How are they not wrecked yet? They were like 4 or 5 wide going into that turn. Time for another backwards one. When I have a failed attempt and my car is still intact and so is the rest of the pack, that's when I'm going backwards and doing more wobbles. The mother of all big ones. If some happen, the pack's a little spread out. Oh, I almost got drilled by that last car. I see someone tumbling in the infield.
Got one stopped up high. Got one stopped up high.
And resting
You all right?
up
The
along
leader's
the outside
pitting
wall.
now.
Let's see what happened to the rest of the field, shall we? Let's go to spectator view for that. That was Bill Elliott in the 9 I saw tumbling. Anyone else? Just a lot of hard wrecks. Next.
Drivers, start your engines.
Kind of like Terry Labonte's paint scheme here. That gray Kellogg's car. Or that silver. I like that paint scheme. Alrighty. Green, green, green. Please have this be the attempt. Except I already see the AI cars are kind of screwy. There's a few stragglers way back there that fell off from the rest of the pack right away. Oh, that was close. Whoever was in that car probably just pooped his pants. John Andretti, I think, in that 90. Oh, just squeezed past.
Drivers, start your engines.
That was really close. That wasn't that close. I mean, the flips, I guess, but not hitting that inside wall. Got a terrible start that time. Shoot. Well, that was a mega failure. Not even worth a replay.
Drivers, start your engines.
Yeah, the Dirt to Daytona streams were long, weren't they? Last night's wasn't quite as long as the first one. Those are fun, though. I'm liking replaying that game again. Cat. Need to get a good start this time so I don't screw up the attempt. That's not what I needed. Nope, wasn't quite as bad as I thought it was going to be. Still usable on this first lap. Especially if I can get past Kurt Busch and get some sort of separation with him. Perfect. I'm just going to wait a little bit longer down the straightaway to do that. Like right here. Well, I think waiting just a little bit longer is going to help with getting into the banking. But I need to make sure I'm not hitting the cars behind me. Maybe just a tad earlier that time. I think I waited a little too long that time.
Drivers, start your engines.
Just watching the instant replay. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm onto something there. Instead of spinning like right here, maybe do it right after this road, and then try to land on that one, that little access road. And flip into the banking right there. Because I feel like spinning down the backstretch as early as I am before the turn, it's given me plenty of time and momentum to fly towards that inside wall, which I've been hitting almost every other attempt. So I'll try that this time, when I also need to land on my roof and slow down a little bit so I don't get hit by all those other cars that are still at the back of the pack when I come back up on the track. So many inadvertent rhymes in a lot of these streams. going to wait a tad longer than we have been, but not quite as long as that last attempt. Darn it, Kurt Busch. Darn it, Kevin Harvick. Darn it, Kurt Busch, for stealing my thunder. Holy cow.
You alright? We got a wreck in turn 3.
He just pulled like an Elliott, Sadler, Joey Logano, and Ryan Newman all combined. Kurt Busch did. How ironic. He basically pulled a Joey Logano at Dover getting pushed by the 20 car. Stupid mouse. Next.
Drivers, start your engines.
That was totally like a Joey Logano Dover. That one, I got messed up by Kevin Harvick. I was going to have a good spin, but he T-boned me right in the middle of the spin. Let's try not to have that happen again. Ooh, that was close. Almost messed that attempt up right there. I was able to get in front of Busch without wrecking. And Robbie Gordon's going to take the place of Kurt Busch right here. And sadly, that was probably the closest I've had yet, but that was nowhere near close. I need to flip after I get onto the banking, not before it. Next.
Drivers, start your engines.
We're getting closer and closer. I just need to spin. Yeah, instead of spinning right after this first road, I'm gonna try to spin myself right, like around this road. Just a tad bit later than Sadler was in real life, but not really noticeable. So then I can kind of be cutting that corner through the grass and then go up the banking and yeah, not go all the way down to the inside and keep hitting that wall. This is going to be a good attempt. I can feel it coming in the air tonight. If I can just get Kurt Busch properly aligned and him to cooperate, this one should be decent, actually. Come on, Kurt. Please cooperate. Nope. Nope. Didn't spin fast enough. Got turned towards the outside wall. Or towards the inside wall. I hit Kurt's car twice throughout the course of that crash.
Drivers, start your engines.
Just a heads up, I'm probably going to go to around 3:15 or so. Probably another 10-12 minutes. Not going to quite go an extra half an hour, but I'll give you an extra 15 minutes. If I just had a Mark Martin and Michael Waltrip switched around, this actually would have been a really decent qualifying order. Just by default for this reenactment. But Michael Waltrip, who was leading at the time of the wreck, I believe, is towards the back of the field right now. That one wasn't good. I'll probably hopefully get back up to the front though. There we go. Nope. That one was my own bad. That was my own bad. That was not even worth a replay. I was trying to bump Kurt Busch to get him a little more to the inside, but I wasn't expecting that to turn me to the outside. There's an auto shop across the street from me. I can hear it revving a ricer outside that they do every now and then. Start right here, so I don't really have to do any catching up. So far, so good. Kurt Busch cooperates. Let's actually get a good spin this time. Did I even flip during that one? Alright, next.
Drivers, start your engines.
These last few attempts, even though I've waited a little bit longer into the turn, still keep hitting that inside wall. I don't think that last time I spun quite quickly enough. I think that was the issue last time. I gotta hand it to you guys. I'm usually just grumpy when the chat's going bad, but I'll try to recognize when it's good. You guys are behaving right now. There's the occasional cursing, which I don't mind. You guys are not too excessive with it. There's no excessive emoji spam. You guys aren't spamming anything else. There's no needless fighting. See, you guys can behave. You guys can get along good. Holy crap, Bobby Labonte. He got absolutely walloped by his brother. That's not brotherly love right there. Take a look at what Terry Labonte does to his brother. How could he? What did he ever do to him? He's just waiting back, waiting to take him out. He had this planned for years. Alright, I gotta save that. Gotta see that from Bobby's point of view. Not point of view, just following him. He almost went out of the ballpark even with the catch fence. D-Bros feud. Shit. Oh man, I'm gonna look like a dummy if I don't get this right. So thank you, Google. Okay, it is EU. I knew the UE didn't look right. Alright, this is going to be the third to last attempt before I get going. Thank you guys for tuning in thus far. I'm really hoping I don't have to do a part 3, but looks like it's some sort of miracle in these last 3 attempts. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to avoid that, having to do a part 3. to get a little bit of running start so they don't pass me. Perfect. As perfect as it's gonna get. Come on, Kurt Busch, cooperate this time, please. If I just switch Martin and Waltrip's paint scheme right now, that would be perfect. Alright, looks like it's gonna be Robbie Gordon who's gonna spin me. Nope. That was one of the lamest attempts ever. Ow. I need to get one of those motion chairs and have it have like realistic crash impacts. Thing just jerks the chair like really hard. It makes me whiplash my head. I need to get a Hans device for a motion chair. I was able to pull that off even with traction control on. Second to last attempt. Get a jump start here so they don't pass me. Shoot, switching to second. That would have ruined the attempt right there if I stayed in third. Looks like Junior's actually going to take the place of Kurt Busch and be the one to spin me in this. Nope. Some pretty high end over ends, but that's not how Sadler's wreck went. Alright. As cool as that was, it's not what we needed for the recreation. Last attempt here.
Start your engines.
And yes, I will do the Moabo, the huge one. The backwards wreck that you guys all asked for the entire stream. All the live-long stream. I'm glad I actually went through and picked out the TRG cars for this EA Sports 500 car set. So we actually have the beer manufacturers on the cars, not just the Dale Jr. paint scheme where it actually says Dale Jr. and same with Rusty instead of Miller Lite. Looks like Kurt Busch is going to be replaced with Bill Elliott. Maybe not. Sadly, that was the closest one, probably, but still not usable. Cool wreck, but not usable for the reenactment. Because I flipped too many times, way sooner than I should have. I did tumble a little in the banking, but it was more end over end than anything. Alright, now time to cause a few giant wrecks and get on out of here. Just gonna go to that. Actually, why not? Let's use an 04. Some random 04 car set. I think I'm gonna get them right as they're coming out of turn 2. That seemed to be the best bet. A lot of times with these modded tracks, if I wait for them to come around to the front stretch, they're already crashed and the pack is all spread out. So I'm just gonna sit right here, basically right in the spot where Elliott landed upside down. And wait for them to come around. Take them out.
You've been disqualified for reckless driving. Pace car's in.
For it.
Green flag, green
There
flag.
it is.
Green, green, green.
Alright, the goal, you guys know the goal, to try to get every single car involved. We're gonna put the 2002 Aaron's 312 big one to shame. Not quite every single car, but damn near close. Just a couple stragglers got by, but not many. That one was pretty good. That one was not bad. Let's get one more view of that. See it from Tony Stewart's view. I saw him barrel rolling a bunch at the end of that wreck. Yeah, right there. Wow. Well, that's a way to end on a high note. Or a low note, depending on how you want to look at it. Alright guys, that is it for this video. Looks like I'm going to be having to do a part 3. Thank you so much again for watching. Please hit the like button and subscribe. If you enjoyed this video, if you want updates for future ones like this, be sure to check out my previous videos and my social media links down in the description. Let me know your suggestions and ideas for ones you'd like to see me do in the future. And that is about it. Thanks again, guys. Hope to catch you all at the next stream. Until then, hope you have a good rest of your day. Peace. Bye.